Hi Jess, well thank you for doing this video today. But by way of an introduction, introduce yourself, who are you, what's your name, and how did you know René?
So my name is Jess. I know René from Bristol University. We met in our final year and I coxed him when he took up rowing. So I met through the boat club.
Fantastic. So you're both very keen rowers, I understand.
Well, he did the rowing, I just sat in the boat.
And told them what to do.
Yeah, but that worked out well, so that's fine.
That's always a good position to be in life anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
One of the in charge. Fantastic. Okay. So, I mean, thinking about René just from what are your memories of René as a person, as a student, as a friend?
So René I knew kind of quite specifically in a sports setting, which was actually really good because you kind of saw the best of someone as a team player. He was really, really kind. He was kind of, we called him the mother hen. There were 4 boys in the boat and then there was me, and he kind of just, he made everyone calm and he kind of always had a sense of things, and everyone would go to René if things weren't going 100%. So yeah, in terms of a group dynamic, he was really important in creating strong bonds between us all and we were a good team. So yeah, a lot of that was down to René, really. And
great friends too, as a person.
Yeah, really, really good friend. I only met him towards the end of my university career as such. It feels like when I think of uni, I do think of kind of that friendship made. It really sticks out. So it kind of shows that it doesn't have to be a time thing for you to create a relationship with someone that lasts. Yeah.
When events overtook,
yeah.
I mean, how did you feel at the time? What kind of impact did that have on you?
It was a real shock. So I was away, I was travelling after uni because I didn't know what I was going to do. So I just worked for a bit, got some money and then went off for a few months.
Sure.
So I was in Australia and I got a message from my friend and it was I knew something wasn't right because he was like, can you call me? But I thought it was something to do with his family or anything like that. Anyway, when he said what had happened, I've never really fully understood what shock meant until that point. It was. I mean, a lot of people say the last person you'd expect to be suffering so badly for mental health issues would have been René. A lot of his friends, you would have had no idea. Like I said, he was really calm, he always helped people out, and kind of just didn't think of it in that way. So yeah, it was, I can't really describe it, it was massive.
And it's very difficult on you and the people around you and the friends and others who knew René too, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really difficult. I think what has come out of this is a community of people that we would have never really met from all walks of life. Like, you think about your friends, you've got lots of different groups. Knowing people from school friends at university, work friends, but obviously what happened with René's death has brought a lot of people together, and it's a lovely community. Obviously the grounds that it's based on, I would never wish that to be the case, but yeah, that is kind of what has come out of it.
It seems a tremendous bond between all of the volunteer crew and Max and Max's family and René's family. Yeah,
it's been lovely to get to know René's family. They do so much kind of behind the scenes that people don't realise. His sister Steph has set up a running group called Run for René, which is really, really big now. She herself raised over £6,000 for charity when she ran the London Marathon. So yeah, kind of it's really inspiring seeing what people can do, especially when they pull together. So yeah, I'm really glad to be part of it.
And then Max, in a moment of madness, came along and said, hey, let's all sail across the Atlantic and raise some money for charity.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the things you're going to pick to do to try and raise some money and awareness for a great cause.
But I feel like everyone was just like, yeah, okay, and kind of didn't think about it. It wasn't really, it didn't take much thought, it just felt really natural, and I think it's the best idea you could have had, really. And even if people aren't sailing, because they work, and obviously it's tricky to give up that amount of time, but there's so many people that are getting involved with fundraising, helping out with social media, other things like that. So yeah, it's brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's the best idea.
What are you going to have to do to prepare? Because it's a hell of a challenge. 3 weeks at sea.
So we have some sailing training days coming up. Kind of my mindset at the moment is just go with it, see how it. Just roll with it.
Because you have a bit of a phobia of the sea.
Yeah,
I'm
not a fan of the sea. I don't. Yeah.
That will change very quickly, though.
Yeah.
I think on a transatlantic.
I might be slightly neurotic, but I think I'll get it done. People would probably just be fed up with me by the end of it because I'll be whimpering most of the time. But it'll be fine.
But a great experience.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, a real life-changing experience for you, and what Race4Rene is going to be able to provide by way of awareness.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult, even though the whole point of this is to keep the conversation going about mental health awareness and break down those stigmas. It is difficult, and having something like Race4Rene as a pinnacle point of movement is making that conversation a lot easier to share, because I think it's grounding everyone, it's reminding everyone of what's important, and it's helping them carry on their individual conversations through that platform. So yeah.
Do you have a message for people who might be watching who are perhaps have suicidal thoughts, or perhaps they know someone, or even someone who's been affected by it?
I mean the key message is don't be afraid to talk and ask for help. And I know that's really, really difficult, because often asking for help is kind of accepting something about yourself that maybe isn't going that smoothly, or something that you're actually really struggling with. So you really kind of have to bear all when you get to that stage. But I feel like once you do it, there's so much help out there. There's some, like Papyrus are absolutely brilliant. And there's so many more charities as well. So yeah, it's kind of having that bravery to kind of say actually I'm not feeling 100%, and making that step. And I think once you start doing that, I think things start getting a bit better, even if it's just by small steps. It's important not to compare your own struggles with someone else, because what you might be thinking, you might think, oh, that's not as bad as what someone else is going through, but actually the longer you hold that in, you can't compare to other people's story, and you could be feeling just as bad and need help equally, just that everything's different. So I think that's something that's important for everyone to remember, including myself.
And there is a perception of stigma, isn't there? But there isn't really in society these days. People are so much more accepting, and
they're more accepting. It's definitely, I mean, even the language itself is commit suicide. That goes back to when it was illegal, yet we still say that like it's a common term. So language is changing, which is important. But yeah, I think for that to carry on being successful, you do need to make sure that you are carrying on the conversation yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And René's legacy after the race is finished, what do you think? What do you hope that will be?
I just know that if one of René's friends went through what he did, he'd be the first person to say, yeah, I'll sail across the Atlantic for him. So I think that's all we can do, really. Be a bit more like René, how he would have been, and that'll be good.
Jess, thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.